Today I'm going to explain why this 48-year-old grey-haired balding guy is stronger than you when it comes to calisthenics skills and handstand strength. Now I do like to show off occasionally, but I'm not saying this to flex or to be cool. I'm saying this to help you with your training journey. Now if we look at all the elements that make up a good calisthenics skill or a good calisthenics practitioner, it will start to make more sense. So let's use me as an example. I'm about to turn 48 in a week's time. I've been training calisthenics since I was 37, which equals 11 years. I'm 78 kilos and I'm 169 centimeters tall. When it comes to strength, my 1RM deadlift, I've lifted 200 kilos, but right now I'd be confident that I could get 180 if we just stack the bar up right now. I can comfortably do, 10 to 15 chin-ups. So let's say 15 chin-ups. The same for dips. And last time I tested my bench press, I comfortably done 100 kilos. If we compared these numbers to the average male that trains, I'm guessing, but I would say I'm probably in the top 70% with those numbers. So there'll be lots of people that are stronger than me, but when it comes to the average person training in a gym, I'm probably about 70%. I'm just guessing. Okay, let's look at my flexibility. So let's look at forward fold. And it's probably easier to demonstrate these. So with a very small warm up, I can get fingertips to touch the floor on the IKEA step. So I'll give myself very good forward fold, hamstring flexibility. Next, let's look at splits. Now, these aren't as good as I'd like them, but for a 48-year-old that maybe works their flexibility above average in that position, not fantastic. This hip flexor annoys me, but let's look at both sides in that front split there, and then middle split is there. I'm dropping backwards in the hip a little bit, but that's where that's at without properly warming it up. So let's give that a good. Let's look at straddle pancake. So one of my favorites, especially for the calisthenics skills. So that's where we're at without warming it up a lot. So pretty flat. Let's rate that very good. Let's do a bad one now. Okay, no laughing at this one. I'll show you my back bridge position, even if I can get into it. Needs a different hat position. Okay, so that's where we're at. So I'm going to give that pour. And one more to show you that I do struggle with certain flexibility movements. Let's look at the resting squat. If I put my legs relatively close together, I can sit in that position, but look, I'm falling backwards. So I have to really take the feet a little bit wider, sit the hips forwards, and it's an effort to hold that position. So I can make it look okay, but I'm having to work hard here. So I've still got old man hips around that squat position, but I'll give it an okay. When it comes to skill, we're going to accumulate a few different things. So I'm going to add the word balance. I'm going to put plus strength, plus flexibility, plus nerd. So that'll make more sense if we look at that sequence I used at the start of the video. So I started in a forward fold straddle pancake position, so as deep as I can here. So I'm getting my hip on top. I need that flexibility to get nice and deep to allow me to get my hands here. Now the nerdy bit or the knowledge part comes in. Now I'm not great at lifting off this position. I have tight hips. My body still wants to sit back in this position. So this is an effort. My thoracic, my hips are tight, and my hip flexors are probably a little bit weak. So I'm not great at lifting off and not dragging the feet. Now I know that, but to get out of this position and start the press handstand, I'm going to use some grunt, some brute strength to pull out of that position. So I'm using the strength that I've got with the knowledge that I've got that I need it in this section. So this bit is okay, flexibility, I passed the test. Missing a part here, so I add in some strength to pull out of that position. Now when I'm into this flexibility part, this is more easy for me, this handstand position, and then also my balance is very good. So I can hold in this position and find my line very comfortably. Again, now I've done this one and my hands are a little bit too close together, so my knowledge knows, or my nerdiness knows, I need to go a little bit wider. Now I've made it easier for myself to come down through the handstand push-up. My balance and my strength has helped me with the eccentric, and my knowledge of the position to make it more comfortable is there. Brute strength to push out while staying balanced. And then I know I'm going to come down to my planche position. So again, I'm going to take my hands a little bit wider, turn the hands out, because I know that's easier for me. Come down through the planche position, hold, and then come back down. Now I know as well that I can hold a better planche position in a straddle if I stay in a high hip closed position. If I tried to open flat, especially when I'm holding a conversation, I'm not going to be able to finish the movement and I'm going to collapse on the floor. Now there's 3 to 4 different calisthenics skills in that sequence, but my knowledge or my nerdiness on all 4 of those is very good. So I knew which of these elements to use at the right time. So when I was in the bottom position, I was using my flexibility. Then I grunted out of that position using the strength. I went straight into the balance and my knowledge and strength and control in that press handstand. To get to the handstand, the freestanding handstand is so easy for me because my balance is so good. My knowledge knew to turn the hands out wider and take them into a better position for the handstand push-up. My strength and my balance gave me the handstand push-up. Again, my knowledge that my hands needed to go wider to get into my optimal position to go into that planche to finish. Now the reason I've used nerd instead of knowledge, one, because it's a nice short word and it fits on there well and it's easier to spell, but the other main reason is that I am very nerdy about these things. So in those 11 years, I've done an Instagram post with something to do with handstands on a daily basis. So I've done a daily practice for 11 years and I haven't missed one day. You can go back and check if you want. It'll take you a long while to scroll through my Instagram, but you'll see every day has a post of me doing something to do with handstands or calisthenic strength. If you've followed me on YouTube for a while, you'll know that I post most days and I love explaining stuff. I was initially an engineer in the UK, so I like to reverse engineer the calisthenic skills. I've been a personal trainer for 20 years and love coaching these skills. So I'd recommend that you assess your strength, your flexibility, your skill, and your nerdiness and look for gaps. And don't think that as a big error, think of that as potential. If you start to fill those gaps, you're only going to accelerate your progress towards your goals. Don't think you need to match my ones. They might even be different ones. Look at my bridge position. If my goals needed this, I would be in a really bad position. So look at your goals and then work out which of these are going to be best for you to work towards. Start filling the gaps and enjoy your journey. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. If you're after coaching, check out my app and my website. Thumbs up and subscribe would be appreciated, and I'll speak to you in the next one.